Well, it's funny because like I've kind of been breaking tradition my whole life, and I was chatting with my mum and my dad and my friends, just trying to figure out the story that I don't know would be funny, but also be I don't know lovely to watch and listen to. And I kind of had to go back into my history, and I want to go back to the original Bristow woman who was the trailblazer who started it all. So this is a bit of a story from my history. Years and years ago, my dad's great grandfather on my mother's side, sorry, his mother's side, was the lover to to the heiress of the Mason Jam Company in Liverpool, England. So everybody knows Mason Jams. They're like a billion-dollar empire. I'm not worth $1 billion, but my previous family was. Anyway, she came to New Zealand and she was on board a ship, but she was confined to a wheelchair because she was very sick. The reason why she was coming to New Zealand or going to New Zealand was because she heard that the waters of Rotorua were going to heal her. Anyway, her and her nurse made friends with the carpenter on board, and his name was, well, my great granddad was Bristow. Anyway, they fell in love, and the Mason family didn't really appreciate that because they were a reasonably well-off Jewish family, and they didn't really appreciate the fact that my great-great-grandmother, anyway, she was having an affair with my great-great-grandfather because she was already married uh, to somebody in Liverpool. They sent out the husband, they sent out the brother who was actually murdered in South Africa, which is kind of epic. And this left my grandmother all alone in New Zealand with my great grandmother all alone in New Zealand with my grandfather. They ended up never getting married because she was always still married to this other guy. They got a beautiful family. She gave up the millions of the jam business, and she gave up the chance to be the heiress for my great granddad. I don't think they ever got married. They broke tradition 100% just by living together in sin. And this was like a long time ago. My dad actually lived with my great grandmother until she passed away at the age of 80. And I remember stories about her, and I remember stories from my nana and also my mama talking about her and how she was so feisty and how she never let anyone get in her way and how she always said that women can do it. And I feel like she was the original trailblazer for the women of my Bristow on my father's side. And that's just my father's side, not my mother's side. And I've already got, on my mum's side, I've got like even more amazing women. And I feel like if the theme, breaking tradition, is all about just being a strong woman and owning it and knowing my worth.